Stay tuned. Up next from the campus of Utah Valley University, NCAA Division I men's wrestling with the Broncos of Boise State versus the Wolverines of Utah Valley. Up next. Well, the wrestlers are warming up, the band's here, the drummers are drumming, and it's Utah Valley Wrestling as we host the Broncos from Boise State. Michael Clapey here with my good friend Sam Allen, and we invite you to stay as we watch some dynamic Division I NCAA wrestling.
Yep, our neighbors to the north came down. It's a great rivalry that we have going on, and really excited about the rivalry that's actually been brewing since UVU came on the scene.
In fact, we're in the Western Wrestling Conference. They're in the Pac-12, but this is the closest distance that Boise State can travel. It takes them 10 hours to get to Corvallis to wrestle Oregon State. It only takes them 5.5 hours to get here to wrestle us. So we're excited to be here. Let's talk about some key matchups in the match tonight.
Our first one, Jade Rauser, Montana native, coming down to Utah Valley. National qualifier for us last year. He's been out with an injury. This is his first time back for quite a while. He's going up against a local guy from Brighton High School here in Salt Lake City, Rami Haddadin, good wrestler. There's going to be a lot of people coming out to support him, so great matchup going at 125 tonight.
That's a really solid one. Both wrestlers are doing a good job. Of course, Rauser's coming off a little bit of an injury, so he might have to step up his game. We're confident in what's going to happen there. At 141, we want to watch that one. Avery Gardner from Boise Centennial High School decided to wrestle for Coach Williams and for us here at Utah Valley. His opponent's Brian Owens out of Washington State. Both seniors, both experienced, both bring a lot to the match. That could be a fun one to watch, and we're excited about what's going on. What do we got to do to win this match, Sam?
You know what? One of the keys to success is always getting off to a bold start. Right. Momentum does carry in wrestling, and so when you get off to a good start, you give your team an entirely great excuse to follow the same. The other ones that UVU has is this year we've lost 3 duels to ranked opponents by the difference of 1 match. We got to win these close matches. It's going to be increasingly important for us to do that.
Well, I like the crowd that's showing up and the energy that's already in the arena. It's going to be fun to watch, and one of the things you talk about how close we come in some of those matches, it's critical that we support the wrestlers and that the guys know that they can go with these guys, because we got the staff. We'll talk about that as the show comes on. We've got the athletes. We'll talk about that as the show comes on. So it looks to be a great opportunity tonight to watch as good as it gets in Division I wrestling right here on the campus of Utah Valley. Don't go away. We'll be back.
Brave and bold, silver and gold.
We are on a mission.
Aggie up.
Bronc Country just got a whole lot bigger.
Mighty Wolverines of UVU.
Join the herd. Lopes up.
Bold moves, big season, grew up.
We are the new gold standard.
We will be champions.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
hate math. I can't count how many times I've heard people say that. And as a math teacher, I take it personally. So, while working on my master's at UVU, I developed ways to help kids not hate math. Does engaged learning make a difference? You do the math.
Well, the lights flash, the crowd roars, the drums beat, and if you have not attended a Division I wrestling meet, especially against two fired-up teams like Boise State and Utah Valley, you're missing out, my friend Sam.
You're missing out. We're here to bring battle, bring war.
It's a lot of fun. We're in the middle of the announcement, the introduction of the teams, and it's a lot of fun. We got the drum corps here. We got a great crowd on hand. We got good teams, and we'll be ready to get going here as we finish the invitation or the announcement of the wrestlers and the competition. And of course, we're wrestling Boise State. I think this is one of the great rivalries in our short history, and I hope that it grows longer and longer. And I want to ask you, Sam, I don't know if it's because Boise State represents such a great competitor, Pac-12 team, competitor close at hand, or because both programs talk a lot of the same young athletes. And who are you going to end up? You're going to wrestle for Boise, you're going to wrestle for Utah Valley.
You know,
what are your thoughts?
I think the answer to your questions are yes to both of them. You know, it's the fact that we recruit almost from the same pool of athletes, and it is up in the air. Both these programs are exceptionally amazing. What Greg Williams has done since he took over the team 8 seasons ago, he's in his 8th year this year. It's amazing, and Boise has a long tradition of excellence and success, and we've got a rivalry going. It's always great when Boise comes into town. I remember the first time we dueled them, they were ranked nationally, and UVU ended up coming out with the win. It was amazing. And people still talk about that match today. They come to these matches hoping for that electrical environment, and it's just been great.
Well, right now our officials at the center got the captains out there. We're going to coin toss. This, of course, is for choice as the matches continue. There will be 10 wrestling matches tonight. First match will be at 149. That's match number 1. Second match at 157. So the coin toss determines who has the choice at the beginning of the second round. That's critical as you go through the match, and the team who wins the coin toss can send out the first wrestler. So sometimes there's some strategy. Sometimes in Division I, you'll weigh in 2 wrestlers, send one to the mat, or wait and see who they send, and then you send. So there's some strategy. And then, of course, tonight, the big news tonight is Utah Valley's nationally ranked heavyweight Adam Fayer will not be wrestling tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately, Adam came away with an injury in practice this week, got a concussion just in regular practice, and you know, better safe than sorry when it comes to that kind of stuff. He's got a great postseason ahead of him. We still got a lot of 3 duels left, and no reason to come out and risk anything. And
so we're starting at 149. Here we go, our first competition of the night, match number 1 at 149. Sam, who's wrestling?
What we got up is Trevor Wilson, a sophomore for Utah Valley, transferred from Arizona State University. He's competed very well for us. These guys have wrestled a few times this year, and it's been good matchups. He's going up against Chris Costello, a redshirt sophomore.
And Costello's highly ranked. A lot of people interested in him. He has ability. Of course, young wrestlers, if you want to get known, excel in your high school programs.
Yeah.
Then if you want to really get known, excel through the summer, through the Junior Olympic programs, USA Wrestling. Both these athletes did that, and that's how they come to be known by the coaches, because of their ability to get out there, have good experience, and wrestle some good tough matches, and that's why they've met before.
Well, that's one of the amazing things that I see is not just at UVU, but programs across the nation. I remember, you know, as I wrestled through college here at UVU, when a freshman came in, it was kind of like, all right, he'll have a year or two where he pays his dues. And we're to a point now nationally where these kids are coming out of high school and they are stepping in and being ranked nationally, qualifying for nationals, or winning and being national champions. It's actually really amazing to see.
And of course, it's the quality of competition that sets that and establishes that, and that's what we've got so far. We're 1 minute and 23 seconds remaining in the first round. We've got no score. Nice throw by Wilson. That slid out of bounds. We're coming back to the center. No score. We're still on our feet. Both wrestlers doing a good job of just creating pressure, looking for weakness, looking for opportunity to score.
You know, some people have, as they watch wrestling, they're like, well, what are these guys doing? They look like they're just standing there. And when you look at this, it may look that way, but these guys are pushing and they're pulling, and what we call this right here is hand fighting. It's where a wrestler tries to get the other guy, you know, his neck tired, gets him to step, gets him out of position where they can actually come through, get shots to the legs, get a double leg, get a single leg.
And I want to give a shout out to our student crew here at Utah Valley. They are doing an excellent job. I watch a lot of wrestling, Pac-12, Big Ten, AAC, and our crew is getting the right kind of shots. You want to be able to see the action of where that fight is. Right now, both wrestlers are extending their arms, reaching to try to get pressure on the head. What I want to do, help me understand that, I want to move that opponent and create an opportunity for me to get to the hips. The most popular takedown is a double leg, like a football tackle.
Got doubles.
Only a lot different.
Jordan Burroughs got doubles, right?
Yeah,
that's
boy,
his tagline.
He's amazing.
No, as we wrestle, one of the things you want to do is you want to apply pressure, pushing into your opponent. That way, as you release or you change the angle of your pressure, he'll step. As he steps, that means the legs are getting closer to you. That's where you can come through and take a shot.
And we go through one period with no score, so we start the second round. Choice belongs to Boise State. They're going to defer that. That goes over to Utah Valley. No, my bad. Boise State's going to take it. Yeah, well, that's good strategy because of 0-0. If I go down, the odds are that I can get that first score, that escape score, and with a 0-0 situation at the end of 2, that's a good strategy. A lot of times, second round, people like to defer, but don't be too quick to do that because you want to get on your feet. Get that one right here, and there it is. 1 point. That's the first point. This thing gets to overtime. That can play a big deal. So you want to score that first point when possible. Now we're back to it. How much does conditioning play?
Ooh, nice stuck under there.
Nice little movement by Wilson.
You know, your question, what is conditioning, or how does conditioning play into your matches? There's a nice single leg there.
Castillo right back with the same thing.
Good defense by Wilson
shot. Wilson, a good job with there. Pressure on top, keeping that pressure down, keeping the leg away. Going to bind that up first. And if I can't bind it, I got to get it out and free it up so I can force a stalemate situation rather than let Boise State score. But now there's two. Boise State did a nice job fighting through that defense into there. Castillo scores the first takedown of the match, so he now leads 3-0 and starts accruing a riding time, which we have in NCAA wrestling. We do not have in high school riding time.
You know, as we look, you know, as you watch this duel tonight, one of the things you always want to look at is if a wrestler's on bottom, we don't want our head on the mat. We want to have our head up. That gets us in a position where we can explode up, we can get to our feet. We're looking for hand control. We're looking to get him off of covering up our hips. And when that happens, it makes it real heavy on us.
37 seconds remaining. Wilson needs to get that escape. He needs to get to his feet.
Here he goes.
Here he comes, fighting up. Castillo dumps him back down. Nice knee slide. Nice knee slide up.
Sucking him back here.
Move quick. Looking for back points. Rolls out. Did he get it? Got one count, no points, or did he get it?
No points.
Nope. A single count. Of course, by criteria, same as high school. 45 degrees. Got to hold the shoulder. 45 degrees. One shoulder on the mat. 45 for the other degrees to the mat for a count of at least 2. And he got one count. That's no score. So there's the end of the second round. Castillo's starting to get comfortable here. He's got a 3-point lead. Utah Valley has choice. Wilson looking over.
Chooses down.
Taking that down position.
Well, what we want to do now is, you know, something to take a look at. He wants to fire up right away. He doesn't want to spend any time. We know Castillo, he's a great rider. He's covered us for a minute 3. He's accrued that riding time. We got to get that back, so we got to explode out right now. Nice job to his feet.
There's Wilson on third.
Knee slide there.
Third round. Wilson got his knee slide. This time he's up, fighting hands. Quick dump back, quick turn.
Granby roll there.
Nice little Granby.
Got him into a scramble position here, though.
Castillo's doing a good job of covering the hips. If I control the hips, I control your movement.
Yeah, what we want to see is...
Now Wilson needs to build that base,
Yeah,
right?
Wilson's got to crawl forward. He's got Castillo's got Wilson's legs split there. Opportunity for him to turn him to his back, and you can see it. Castillo's trying to scoop that bottom leg up. That can turn your hips and get you in a near fall position. So what Wilson's got to do is he's got to crawl forward. There he goes. He gets his legs unsplit there.
Now he's got to build that base. 1:20 remaining in the third round. Utah Valley leading, or excuse me, behind in this match. Castillo of Boise State has a 3-0 lead at this point. And there's a warning, a stall warning to Utah Valley. Can't stay there, especially as you mentioned, with the head on the mat. Worst place to be. Got to get your head up, get your hips underneath you, and go to work. Here he goes.
There he goes, up to his feet. Now what we got to do is just got to start fighting hands and cut some loose here.
There he goes, one. We've got 48 seconds remaining. We've got a 3-1 match. Castillo with a little statement there at the edge of the mat. A little bit of a push. Now we need a takedown. Come on, Utah Valley. I can cheer, right? We're the home team?
Of course we can.
Okay. Here we go. A little shot, a little throw by.
Nothing too far where he could actually penetrate. Now he's in an interesting position here with the...
Castillo's got that locked up. That scores 2.
Ref gives him that takedown. And now he's in this predicament where he's in the cradle position and looking to knock it turn for bonus points or
a scoring opportunity for Castillo there once he's got that hand, that cradle locked up. That gives him a scoring opportunity. We got 10 seconds remaining. Wilson's fighting that just to not get turned over. Needs to come in, fight hands, get away from that. 3 seconds remaining. 2, 1, and well, Boise State notches the first one. Talk about momentum. We talked about that earlier in the
Yeah, we did. You know, again, anytime you can come out, you can get a win. We knew that these first 2 matches, there's some that we were going to win. We knew that some were going to be close. This is one that we knew would be close. Hats off to Trevor Wilson, fought hard. Perhaps worked a little bit more on exploding a bout, keeping the head off the mat.
And Castillo did a nice job. Nice stand up for the 1, a nice takedown for the 2. So we're now up at 157. Who's on the mat?
Up 157, we got Chasen Cuthbertson, wrestler from good old Mississippi. He doesn't have an accent though. I always look for it. He doesn't have an accent. But he is up against Stephen Hernandez, a redshirt junior from Boise State.
Once again, we're beginning the match. 2:30. First round's 3 minutes long. 3-2-2. Those are the 3 periods in college wrestling.
And you know what? I said Mississippi. I meant Alabama. And I know if I was down
the same.
Well, no, they'd be mad at me if I was down in the South. I might get shot down there.
Nice job, Cuthbertson in on the shot.
Chase.
Nice counter by Boise State.
Yeah, good scramble there. You know, that's where I think athleticism really pours into Division I wrestling. A lot of technique goes into actually exposing a guy, getting him to step, getting a shot, but athleticism is what helps you finish it or elude the takedown. Here's another good shot by Chase.
On a single.
Pulled it up real high in the hip there, in the crotch. That's really hard to pull because there's just so much power there in somebody's hips, but Chase is doing a good job. He's lifting. Let's see what he can do with it. Oh, changes the direction.
Very
nice job. Now he's got a good angle on this leg. He's going to look to tweak it out, put it up on his hip, maybe lift it up off the mat.
I'm impressed with Boise State's athleticism at this point, though. He's countering that really well.
Oh, there he goes. Anytime I go from two hands on one leg to one hand on one leg, generally the leg's going to win, and so Chase loses that takedown opportunity.
Those were excellent shots too. That's a good job.
Shots.
That's great defense by Boise State. Back to the center, out of bounds. Back to center, new start, no score.
It's good to see Chase coming out with the high intensity. I'll tell you, you can. Some opponents like to ease into the intensity. Others, they'll come right out and bring it right off the bat. Little fake shot there.
Got a minute remaining, first round. No score at this point. Cuthbertson has been in on 2 excellent shots, not able to finish and score. There's a little reach, not much of a shot by Boise State.
Yeah, some of these shots you could call it a reach because, you know, if there's
I think he's trying to look busy as opposed to actually getting to the hips.
There's a double leg try.
There's a shot.
Now
He's got a lock. He's locked.
Double under lock. You're going to look for Chase to jack this up.
Good,
he lifted
good.
him. Now
Lift it, take it. Beautiful to his back.
You know, that's a situation.
Well,
that's a situation where comes away with the fall. Stephen Hernandez, redshirt junior from Boise State.
That is athleticism again. Cuthbertson in on a great shot. Body lock, lifts, takes him to the back, doesn't settle.
Or doesn't
Boise
settle,
State.
you know, I call it doesn't settle quick enough. You know, if there's that transition period when you throw somebody where you got to very quickly settle your hips and make it very heavy on him. And Chase kind of let him down and oh, watch this throw here. We're replaying it here in the arena.
Threw it down,
and he just came right through and rolled through it.
We'll be right back. Don't go away. We've got lots more wrestling to come at you from Utah Valley as we take on the Broncos of Boise State.
Hi, my name's Tony. I'm a student with UVU Automotive, and this is my classroom. UVU, you can graduate with a diploma and a resume.
I hate math. I can't count how many times I've heard people say that. And as a math teacher, I take it personally. So, while working on my master's at UVU, I developed ways to help kids not hate math. Does engaged learning make a difference? You do the math.
Welcome to Utah Valley University, home to an educational philosophy that engages its students in hands-on, practical education. I invite you to learn more about one of Utah's largest, fastest growing, and most dynamic universities.
Bus pass, $5. UVU t-shirt so you can impress the ladies, $25. iPod Nano, $120. A degree from UVU so you can afford your own car someday. Priceless. For everything else, there's student loans.
Well, one of the key indicators that we talked about at the beginning, Sam, was getting off to a good start, and being down 9 after 2 matches is not the kind of start you want to see. So we got to get focused, and we got to get going. We're at 165.
We got Abner Cook, Idaho boy. So he chose to come out. Abner chose to come out to Utah Valley from Idaho. He's a senior this year. He's had a good year. Battled some injuries, but he's a leader on the team and an exceptional athlete. He's going to be going up against Holden Packard Jr. with a record of 10-11.
So a 500 type wrestler.
Yep.
Let's see if Abner can put it together here. Abner has moments of genius and brilliance. If he can put that together, consistency, I think that's what his challenge has been this year, is to just be able to do it every match. He certainly is talented, and he certainly is capable. Right now, we got no score. We're in the first round. We're at 165 pounds.
You see this hand fight at the beginning of the match. It's kind of what you start with. It's, okay, I'm going to start imposing my will. And sometimes that starts with how I tie up his hands. It goes with how I'm pulling down and moving on his neck. Abner is in his senior year, like I said. Had a good career wrestling here. He's got high aspirations for qualifying for nationals and competing at the national tournament this year. Elbow pass there.
Once again, those first engagements, hands first. Trying to get control of that tie in order to make that work, make a push, a pull, some kind of a setup into some kind of a technique. Usually working to the things that are strength first, and then the things that open up second.
one of the things that as I wrestled and then as I coached wrestlers, good shot there, but Abner's an exceptional athlete, quick on his feet, moved his leg right out of the way to his front headlock position.
And that's a good place to be. That front headlock's a good place to score. Let's see if Abner can make that take place. Pressure on the head and arm.
A little inside trip there attempt.
Packard doing a good job of raising his elevation and getting up. Now he's trying to fight the pressure. Staying on mat. In Division I wrestling, men's wrestling, we're on the mat. Official says nothing's happening. Let's go center up.
There you go.
Almost a stalemate status there. And here we go, center. No score. We got 40 seconds remaining. First round.
Both wrestlers kind of filling each other out here. But one of the things I was going to say when it comes to establishing motion or getting into a tie, you can do motion into a tie. Actually, you're moving back and forth, and you cause a guy to reach out and touch you. One is I'm going to actually club or reach and pull and snap on his neck or his head, or the other is just creep, just slowly, and that's kind of the flow we're having here. Okay, here's Abner. Now he's really pushing into the tie up there.
10 seconds remaining. Still no score. Kind of a cat and mouse at this point. But there's a lot of energy being extended. It's tough work. Put your hand out, grab a hold of somebody and hold that for 3 minutes and see how tired you get. It's a lot of energy. So here we go, second round. Utah Valley takes the down position. No score.
Again, we're going to look for explosion up here.
Abner needs to get that first takedown, get away, get up, get out. Get up, get out, get on.
There he goes, his hand fight here. This looks like a good position for Abner. If he can break this hand grip
battle,
here.
There's a 1 point. That's a good job. Right there at that moment, Sam, the battle was the hands. The battle was, can I battle my hands against yours and change that grip, win that grip, so I can free myself and get out. Abner won that, got the escape. Now he's in a nice single.
He's going to switch to a double here if he can lift it, or down to a single leg. Again, he is right here in this high C position.
Working to finish that.
See if he swings his hips around. Okay, he's going to stay here in a single leg on the outside, though. He's going to move him.
Trying to get that elevation.
Now he's got a single leg up in the air here. So reach and trip.
Boom, there we go. 2 takedown. Nice job, Abner. That's 2. That's a quick turnaround. He's up 3 now as we got a minute remaining in the second round. That was good technique.
It really was.
Single leg process. A finish to a single leg is different than a finish to a double leg. He almost had opportunity to change off to the double, but stayed with the single, elevated that, and that seemed to work.
Yeah, well, even as I'm
was successful.
Even as I'm commentating here, he has a single leg, an outside single or a high C, which I keep thinking he's going to go to a double, but he lifted it up and finished a single with his head on the outside, which, that again goes to show his athleticism. And
it's a little challenging to do that. That's not the best. That's not the high. That's not the high percentage technique.
Gets heavy. Let's just say it gets real heavy in there. But great finish. Picked that up, elevated it.
Now Abner trying to work into some kind of situation where he can work the fall. The object at this point is to turn the shoulders of the other wrestler. Control that. We got 10 seconds remaining. Follow that. Don't let him get away. 3 seconds. 2, 1, and there we go. So we pick up 3 that round. Utah Valley now leads that match, this match 3-0 as we go into the last round. 2 minutes remaining. 3-0 in favor of Utah Valley. Boise State wants to be on his feet.
This is good. I mean, this goes to show that Boise's wrestler, Packard, he knows his strengths. He goes, listen, I got rid for close to a minute and a half. I'm going to take my chances here on my feet.
So Abner's got the riding time at this point.
Just under the riding time, actually.
Needs 7 seconds.
So if Abner can secure a takedown and ride for up to 7 seconds,
and get on the shot, didn't quite get to the leg. Good job by Packard holding him off. And again, good technique with the hands. Hands extended, strong hands, hand defense, movement, create motion, create movement, and then move into that technique. He likes that single leg. He's been in on that 3 times and scored once. How important is it to keep pressing as opposed to sit back? Now Boise State in onto a single. See? Boise State's got the 2. That makes it a 3-2 game. Now the riding time starts to slide back. Boise State coaches are saying, let him go, let him go. Up they come. Don't give it up, don't give it up. Abner. Boise State's looking for 2.
That's it.
Out of bounds, no score.
Out of bounds there.
We're neutral.
You know what that was? Boise State's coach would let it cut him because he goes, listen, the best chance for us is to score another takedown. So we're up on our feet. Score should be 3-2.
Did he give him a takedown?
He never gave him an escape there. So it is indeed true. Score is 3-2. Ref never gave the escape before he was back in on
I got it. I see. Now it's 1. Now it's 4-2. With 29 seconds remaining, Abner needs to stay offensive. Now you can't get lazy. You can't get those 2 takedowns. So now we're tied up. Now we're 4-4. So it looks like to me that Abner's trying to pull back as opposed to press.
And that's one of the things that we see is you think about finishing a match, you ask the question, Sam, hey, do you push or do you try to coast through? I can guarantee you that if you have a competitor, and I would say anybody that wrestles or has wrestled or does wrestle, they're competitors. They're going to push.
Now we're going to overtime. We got 1 minute, and Boise State forced two takedowns. So the momentum for him at this point is the takedown. We go 1 minute. Takedown will win this match.
Sudden victory here. You see Packard pulling on that neck and getting some motion going here.
So now the aggregate of making the motion on that is starting to wear him out. Abner needs to get active. He can't be backing out on this thing. Can't give that up. He can't battle from there. That's tough. That's a tough win. All the best he can do there is force that stalemate, right? 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Boise State's got to get control of the hips, and there it is.
Yeah. Hard-fought match, but I think one of the things you see is, again, we go, okay, we're going to press through this. That's a comeback victory, a 6-point swing, and what I would say is the last minute and a half of the match.
And that's a good job by Boise State. I hate to admit it. They're now leading Utah Valley 12-0. But that's a good job. He stayed active, he stayed aggressive, especially in the last round. What was happening on Boise State's behalf is that he was pushing that match, and he was taking it to us, and we were sitting back trying to sit on that 3-0, and that did not work.
No, not even close. And you know what? When you're confident in your foot game or being on your feet, and confident in your takedown skills, then you know that even when it gets close, and this is a perfect example of some of those close matches that we're talking about. We want to make sure that we're winning these close matches.
Well, we need to step it up. We are down 12. That's big. We need a win right here. 174. Introduce the competitors, will you, Sam?
Yep, we got Monty Schmalhaus, a Utah wrestler from Tooele, Utah. A senior, had a great career. He's up against Austin Dewey, a redshirt freshman. So you get a little bit of experience versus some youth here.
Well, Monty was a tough wrestler in high school, multiple state champion for the Tooele Buffaloes, and he's had a good career here at Utah Valley, so he needs to get that momentum shifted for us. 12 points, we need to start putting something up there.
Yeah, we gotta get a win here. Austin Dewey is from Boise, Idaho, same high school as UVU's wrestler Avery Gardner, Centennial High School.
Yep, out of a great program. Their coach, Colin Robertson, was a BYU wrestler and Arizona state champ. They moved to Utah, was a state champ for Pleasant Grove. And he's gone up there and done a great job with that Centennial program. Always tough, always producing some good college Division I guys. And we like him, and so does Boise State.
Little drag to a shot. Monty Schmalhaus does a good job at just defending that. Now he's got him in that front headlock position on their feet.
Front headlock needs to go to the mat, does it not?
Well, there's two lines of thought here. One is I really want to pull him down, make him post his head on the mat, and get his weight forward. The other is there's some tricks on the feet from a headlock, standing headlock. That comes from our resident European wrestler, Erkeen, our coach, Erkeen Tedsmedov. He is some excellent technique from that front headlock position.
He blocks that out. Still no score. 45 seconds remaining first round, no score.
You know what, as I would coach, and as Greg William coached me as a wrestler, when you hang in ties, you know, Monty had this an underhook and finally cleared out and started, you know, something fresh here. If you hang in a tie, you're either going to be scoring off it or they're going to be scoring on you. That's what I always say. So if you have something and you're working at it, then it's great. But if you're just kind of having your arm hung in a tie-up, you're not doing yourself any good. So constant change in chain wrestling is what was stressed with me, what I stress with wrestlers when I coach them.
Well, it's one of Greg's great strengths, I think. And then, of course, our coaching staff, which is just getting better and better. Greg Williams, who I think is one of the standout guys in the sport, always has been, dear friend of mine for many years. And, of course, you mentioned Erkeen, his assistant. Now Justin Reese, his assistant. And now Kyler Sanderson's in the room with us. So we certainly got the staff there. And our athletes are coming along. But right now, we're on the short end of this stick as we go into the second round. No score.
Yeah, we are. We got Monty Schmalhouse choosing down in the second round. And there was a quick start there. He wants to get up off his feet, so referee cautions him. But here we go in the second round. All right up on his feet, which is a great technique. Now he's fighting hand controls.
Fourth match in the series. Fourth match of the night. Go. Skate. Monty gets that score. There's one. But right now, Boise State's leading the match overall 12-0. Utah Valley needs a win. So
we need Monty to step up here and come away with a victory against this young buck. You know, you talk about the coaching staff, and I find it's almost like you need a coach at every kind of weight class, and I think we've really rounded out our coaching with Erkeen. He's a world-class wrestler himself. A world-class coach. I don't think you could ask for a better coach. So our smaller guys got Erkeen as a coach, and now that Sanderson's here, he's great for our middleweights, and then for our heavier weights, we got Coach Reese, and Justin is another world-class caliber athlete.
Greco world team member for a lot of years. Here's a scramble. Monty's trying to move that into control of some kind. That's pretty crazy. There's refs indicating no control. It's hard for that to become a takedown until somebody can get behind hips. Monty trying to come up on top there. That looks like he's got it. Not yet. No takedown yet. Still no control. Got to get control. His leg's up in there. Boise's got his leg, but he's forcing him to the fall. Monty's got him on his back. There he clears it out. There's the 2 points awarded.
It's crazy what a scramble will do, and how calm they stay. I mean, both guys were rolling over their shoulders, but keeping a level head about knowing where they're at, about keeping control of each other's legs. Nice ski out to a Turk here. We're counting that. Got 3 seconds left. You know, that's typically that little, we call it skiing a guy out. You turn his hips, you get the near fall. It's really just a near fall move, but a tilt. But a productive round for Monty. Picks up 6 points. First for the escape, 2 the takedown, 3 for the near fall. Boise State wants to go neutral now. Here we are. We're sitting on the lead. We're going into the third round. We're on our feet. Monty's got to press that. He can't sit back, in my estimation. No, you're exactly right. We got no riding time. We're up by 6. For those of you that are listening, when a wrestler wins by 8 or more points, it's called a major decision, and that scores 14 points. That'd be good. Where we're wanting to make up some ground on Boise, we're really going to want Monty to push the pace here, stop any points that Boise State here is going to be trying to score, but get those bonus points. And there he's in on the shot. Got a nice single going. Taking that to the mat. Trying to come around. Look for him to swim his bottom arm out. This is his right arm. He wants to bring it across or step across with secure that takedown. Right now, Boise's able to stay on top and lock the body enough. There you go. There's 2. That's it. So there's 8 earned. With a minute and 5 left. We've secured that. We got to keep him down. we want to secure that riding time. That would really bugger us up on those bonus points if we let him go. Keeps him down. Nice job, Schmalhaus.
Nice job taking it back to the mat. Now we need a turn. We need a fall. But Monty's doing a good job taking control of the mat. Earn that takedown. Now he needs to come up. Can't hang there. Can't hang there. He's got to move. Got to improve that situation. Now this can become a stalemate call. It also can become a warning on us. We haven't been warned, so we can give a warning. He needs to come up. There's the warning.
Yeah.
Anytime you stay locked down below that knee, you're just hanging, and that's going to draw. That's going to draw. That did.
That'll draw.
That's just a warning. No
warning.
points.
No points yet.
So we've got 8 on the board and 1 in riding time, and we got 17 seconds.
It is the top wrestler's responsibility to advance the action. Obviously, the bottom guy wants to get out. The top guy, he can't just hang on. So like right here, Monty's going to want to pick his head up off the mat.
He needs to climb up.
Pick it up.
Got to improve it. Got to come up.
There we go. So he starts moving, and that's where the ref goes, okay, he's not just going to hang on to his leg.
There we go.
Nice job, Monty Schmalhaus.
Puts us on the board. That picks up 4, major decision. As you pointed out, that gets us 4. That evens it up, or shortens the lead, 12-4. And that was a good job. That was very workmanlike, very just doing the things that he needed to do by Monty Schmalhaus. Nice job by our Tooele wrestler. And good wrestling there, good solid stuff. Just doing what you need to do in the moment to make sure that you get what you need to get. So that's key. So here we go.
Yeah, here we got up next from Heber City, Utah, Ethan Smith. Junior. Ethan, a fantastic wrestler, high school, all-state, multiple state champion. He's going up against ranked wrestler, number 7th in the nation, Jake Schwartz, a redshirt senior from Boise State.
Schwartz again out of that Centennial high school.
Great program up there in Iowa.
Great program. Avery's school, except I think Avery's a little bit ahead of him. Both worked out and coached by Utah's own Cam Jones, I might point out.
There you go. We'll forgive him for going up there, right?
Yeah, he should be here. He's a great wrestler.
I talk about this all the time. As UVU develops and grows, I look forward to the time when we won't lose any wrestlers to any other state. We're going to keep all the best talent here in Utah.
Ethan's a great talent. Ethan was recruited by Purdue. There's 2 right there.
Takedown.
Ethan was recruited by Purdue originally. Served in LDS mission, came back, didn't want to be on the East Coast, decided to come back and wrestle at home, came to Utah Valley. In high school, he was one of the best in the nation.
Really was. Fantastic.
Amazing
and a lot of fun to watch. I remember watching him in the state championships at All-Star duel. Oh, this is big. We really want to get a pin here. He's got him in a real predicament. This is number 7th ranked in the nation.
Ethan's getting serious here. That's a good job. He's got that bar in tight. He's got that far wrist. Now he can run it. Schwartz is pretty tough. Able to battle out of that and not let that happen. But that's a tough spot to get out of that.
This is a big matchup.
Ethan had that very, very right. Technically, he was in the right spot.
Awesome. And that attributes the defensive prowess of Jake Schwartz as he fights off that turn. That was great technique. And Ethan's on it. I'm really excited to see this matchup. I mean, it's not all the time you get to have a ranked opponent as an athlete, and Ethan's saying, you know what? I'm ready to do this. You want to prove, and even at a dual meet here, you want to show, hey, I'm one of the best in the nation too. I want to qualify for nationals, and I want to go and make an impact being All-American.
And I always thought Ethan had that potential. He's out of high school, out of Heber City, Wasatch High School. Great program, great storied tradition up there, and I think he's always had that potential to be an All-American. And I hope he can make that come together for himself through the rest of this year and next year.
This is a big match. And again, he's in this nice. You lock that in, and Ethan's doing a great job. You shorten up your arm. You're cranking that neck, and you can see his face here.
He's grinding on it.
Schwartz is not happy. You do it right. You start turning the hips. Right here, he takes him to his back. He rolls through. Comes up.
Schwartz popped it through. That's going to be
He called it a reversal. That's interesting.
No, that's a good call. I'm on the. All I got to do is be behind you. I'm behind you. Greg's not arguing that any, so that's 2 reversal.
Well, what we know here is that Ethan, with his technique with that bar arm series, that chicken wing series, he's got something special. Oh, he jerks him over to his back, and Ethan Smith's in some near fall position.
Don't give up back. Come on, Ethan.
We want him to fight through. He's coming through here. But that picked up 3 near fall for Schwartz. Quick turnaround of the match here with those 3 points. It's now 5-2. That's how you get to be a ranked wrestler. Put that kind of stuff together. Be in trouble one moment, 20 seconds later, you're up by 3. 5-point turnaround late in the first round makes it 5-2. We got a good one going here at 180. A 184, yes.
184. All right, Ethan's taking the down position. Second round, score 5-2.
We're going to want him to explode out here. No time. Right now, UVU, Ethan's got the advantage in the riding time, 15 seconds, so we want to see him get out in the next 10.
Schwartz doing a good job keeping pressure, reaching up high on that heavy hand on the far shoulder.
Well, if you look,
spiral ride.
What he turned to Ethan with was just a heavy claw ride on the front, and then he lifted his hips and just turned him to his back. And he actually was baiting that again. As I looked, Ethan came up to his feet, and again he was down near those legs, ready to pull up. So
now we step out of bounds. We're up to 5-3 for Boise State, and we just take down and bring it back in our world. Tie it up at least.
Ethan can do this.
He can.
Let's see his. We got to keep that intensity that he came out with. We got to keep that going. When you go to your back, that just sucks a lot of energy out. So let's look for Ethan to recover, get some great pulls here.
1 minute remaining in round 2. 5-3 match. On our feet. Ethan Smith. I said Lofthouse because I remember one of the greatest high school matches I ever saw was Ethan Lofthouse and Ethan Smith.
Yeah,
at the Rumble. That was fantastic. Now they're coming back center after going out of bounds.
Yeah, we really want to see Ethan come away with some points here on a number of different levels. One, we're close where he escaped. We're still got a 49-second advantage in the riding time clock. If we can capture nice double leg.
Sweet.
Great job by Ethan Smith. Textbook double leg takedown. Timed that great for right when he oh, that was just great. He reached. Ethan was ready. Exploded up through.
That puts it 5-5 on the mat with a point riding time earned for Ethan. Now let's see if Ethan's got him worn down a little bit and see if that heavy half will work. We got 10 seconds remaining, round 2.
Oh, I want to see him work that. I mean, usually when you see those half series work with how hard he was riding that, you see that in the third rounds when their neck is really tired. He was turning him or being close to turning him in the first. So
well, Ethan stepped out in the first round, slowed down a little bit. Here's that shot again. Watch it. Just a great level change step. Beautiful into double leg position. Lock both hands. That's just as good as it gets right there. Double leg takedown. So here we go, round 3. We're tied up. And Boise State takes that down position, and he's going to want to try to get an escape. And Ethan wants to ride him to see if we can't make that nice turn happen.
Why?
Blood time.
Injury time.
Injury time.
That's unfortunate. Ethan was in a good position to turn him.
Yeah, we don't want that. Well, we're on the campus of Utah Valley University. We want to just let you know a little bit about Utah Valley.
Greg Williams, coach, coming into his 8th season. We participate in what's called the WWC. It's the Western Wrestling Conference. It's the West, but we got guys, we stretch out across the Midwest as well.
And some great individuals. Arizona's got a top 6, 125-pounder. Wyoming's got, I think, 3 guys ranked. Northern Colorado beat Boise State. No, they lost to Boise State, but they beat Arizona State.
Yeah.
And so we've got some great competition in the Western Conference, and that's who we are part of. And of course, Utah Valley just joining the WAC. And all the other sports, bringing baseball, softball, and men's soccer.
That was huge for UVU, and
great.
when I heard, I was so happy. The better competition you get, and that's one of the advantages I think wrestling has had. Ethan's up to his feet right away. Twist. Nice job on the reversal. Nice job.
Sweet. That was excellent. Excellent.
That was a great job.
Now what happened is following the timeout, we get choice. In high school, it's following the second timeout. In Division I, it's following the first timeout. Watch this move. They took an injury timeout.
We got the down position.
Ethan
gets to his feet. That's called a standing Granby, which ended up in a scramble position, but it was a good job where Schwartz couldn't hold on to him, and he comes up in a nice position where he gets a reversal.
Fantastic. Got a false start there. We're going to start over, but that puts Ethan up 2 points, plus he's sitting on top of the writing center right now.
That was great. This is a big match. This is a number 7 ranked Boise State wrestler, Ethan Smith, taking it to him. This is what you're talking about. Come out with intensity. Ethan did that. I was wishing that we would have done that at the beginning of the match with our 149-pound match, where we come out with fire, intensity, and we were bringing it to Boise right from the get-go.
We need to keep it happening right now. This is a big, big job. He's got to keep it moving.
Like I was saying, though, when you increase the level of competition, your school or your programs get better. And so us joining the WAC, I think UVU athletics are going to start taking off. We have phenomenal athletes in the state of Utah.
We do.
And now we can keep them here. We can develop them and really start to see our programs take off. But
55 seconds remaining. Ethan trying to work a turn. Schwartz on the mat. Got him extended flat. Trying to come up with something off the hip.
He wants to really push. As you see, he's trying to put his chest on that elbow. He just keeps cheating. You push the hand away and try to get those. Schwartz is doing a good job. You see, he's turn his hips down. It's hard to do that if you can get him locked down at the beginning. So right here, he's going to again try to take it, press his hip down.
And of course, Ethan can't take that arm off the back. He's got to keep it flat. Got to keep it square. He can't work against natural rotation. But if he can get a little bit of elevation, he can get into that, get his chest into the far side of the shoulder, then he can turn it. We got 13 seconds. He's still working it, still trying to make that turn.
He's got to keep a hold of that.
6 seconds
that's a great
remaining.
ride. I'm telling you, I say this all the time, riding can win a match, and Ethan's done a good job at this.
There you go.
Nice job, Ethan Smith.
That's a momentum turner. We're going to be back after these local messages, but don't go away. Utah Valley is on the roll.
We're going on 2.
Come join the student section and cheer for the Mighty Wolverines. Mighty Athletic Wolverine League sports passes are now available. Your mall pass gets you tickets to every NCAA home game, free food at the tailgate parties, prizes at the games, and lots of new friends. Get more information on their Facebook page or by calling Campus Connection at 801-863-8797. Go UVU!
I'm Joe Luce, an anthropology student at UVU, and this is my classroom. At UVU, I'm sharpening my mind and my skills.
Back with coaches' profiles Boise State University's head coach, Greg Randall. This is coming into his 12th season. He's
Randall
done a great job.
He's an Iowa product. Wrestled for University of Iowa, Dan Gable. Quiet guy. You go up and you say something to him, you think he's going to be friendly, and he's just quiet.
A lot of those Iowa guys are that way. Who we got up now here for UVU? Derek Thomas, Layton High School sophomore. Extremely tough, extremely strong. I'm just going to say I've worked out and I've strength trained with this kid. He is strong. He is up against Cody Dixon, a senior. You got a little bit of age against the youth.
Yeah, but as you mentioned earlier, Sam, in Division I, it doesn't matter. It's about performance. Skill sets, ability, conditioning, technique, all are equal. It's about performance. Who can perform in the moment? And we saw a great performance just a moment ago out of Ethan Smith. And now we're hoping that Derek can come through and get us caught up. Team score right now, 12 for Boise, 7 for Utah Valley, with 4 matches remaining. So it's close all the way.
Watch this, the way Cody Dixon's tying up. 2 hands on the neck, pulling the neck down. I always tell wrestlers this, or even somebody watching from home, whoever can tire the other guy's neck out may be the victor. I'm really serious about that. If I can stretch a guy's neck, that physiologically changes the way his spinal cord and everything works, makes your back tired, makes your legs tired, makes your butt tired. All of a sudden everything else goes. So that starts in the neck.
Yep, and that's why all that pressure, that hand pressure. Now Derek tried to change to a front headlock. Backed out of that, didn't like the way that felt. Over and under, kind of a crazy place to be right now, unless you want to throw something.
Yeah, you're in some Greco-Roman. Maybe this is little Justin Reese coming out as he's training with these guys, making a huge impact in these wrestlers. Our heavyweight, unfortunately, again, not wrestling tonight. Adam Fager, he's seen some huge results and huge changes as he's been able to work out with Justin Reese.
Yeah.
And Justin is not just a good coach, he's just a good person, a good man, and a great mentor for these wrestlers.
Yeah, we've got a great staff here. Not to take away from Boise State, they've got a great program, and right now they're ahead of us. We need to get some points scored. So Derek working on that takedown there again, trying to control the tie, battling in there, pressure on the head, trying to wear Boise State in with a little shot, a little single leg. Derek trying to fight that back. Oh, that didn't work.
That was an interesting shot by Dixon. Real short. He was high up in the crotch, but he powered through that and kind of left Derek nowhere with his hips to go. Derek turned to try and kick out, and
he tried to bail out, and I don't think that went anywhere he wanted to.
I think what happened with that is, as Derek tried to kick out, he kicked Dixon right in the mouth. So we got a blood timeout here.
Now you go back to coaching staffs. Of course, Boise State, Greg Randall, Iowa product. Chris Owens, Oklahoma State product. Kirk White is now on the staff. He is one of their national champions. And
here goes coach's profile for UVU. My coach, Coach Williams, who's my coach and mentor since I was a kid. His 8th season. He's taken 10 wrestlers postseason to the NCAA national championships. Our first All-American, Ben Kerr, 2 years ago. Maybe it might be 3 seasons ago. But just a great coach.
Let me tell you a great story. Greg Williams, one of the things I love about Greg, he's all about the sport. He took the Utah Valley job not only because he wanted to coach at this level, but because he wanted to develop the experience that this level creates. And so when you see what's going on, especially in Utah, in our high schools, it's because these Utah Valley guys are coming out of this experience and coming back in. And maybe they're not a high school head coach, but they're a junior high coach or they're a little league coach. And so what's happening is that our development program is strengthened because of the selflessness of Greg Williams. I believe. I'm a big fan.
Huge fan. There he goes. Quick escape by Derek Thomas. Great job just getting to his feet, exploding out.
Riding factor, no time. A 2-to-1 match with 4 seconds remaining in the first round. We'll come back and start second. Derek's doing a good job hanging in there. Dixon.
You couldn't expect for anything better than that. He gave up a takedown, kind of an interesting takedown, but he immediately gets out. No riding time. Riding time's not a factor. He doesn't just burn up the last of that match.
Utah Valley has choice. We're going to go down there again, get that escape. The psychology is I can get away and pick up that one. We'll go back on our feet. Wrestling now is very different than it was 10, 15, especially even, 20 years ago, but a bunch. We like to be on our feet. We like to be on our feet, and it's the influence, I believe, of freestyle wrestling, because so many good young wrestlers develop their great techniques through the USA wrestling programs. And so in the off season, they're wrestling freestyle and Greco. Because of that, you're seeing a better style of wrestling in the high school and folk style and in the collegiate or folk style that we're seeing here because of that influence of that wrestling on our feet. We like to be on our feet, and so that's why the strategy is in the down position. When I can choose that, I get out from there, that gives me that one. There's a nice little shot.
You know, international wrestling styles, freestyle and Greco-Roman, guys have an opportunity to do that throughout the entire year. And what you're seeing is a lot of wrestlers, they decide, maybe real young, that wrestling is their sport, and they make that a year-round endeavor. I think that's a huge difference between United States wrestling and international wrestling. International, you got guys that they have no break. They wrestle from the time they're young, every day, every year. There's no change, and that's why you get the type of technique that they have. Everything is so natural to them, and so you start seeing that. USA Utah, that's what it's called. It's an amateur wrestling here in the state, headed up by a UVU wrestler, Jeff Newby. He's the director for him. Jeff's done an amazing job for USA Wrestling.
30 seconds remaining, round 2. As we're trying to, we're evened up now at 2s. We need a takedown. Derek needs a takedown.
Here in the center, kind of staring each other down. Again, scores 2-2. A little change there.
Yeah, but that's what a D1 program does for you. See, Jeff Newby comes out here, wrestles here, goes out. There's an opportunity to help with the development. He's now employed full-time developing with USA Wrestling Utah, and we're seeing it. Our youth team, our kids that are about 8th grade, we're top 5 in the country with those kids.
Yeah, we did. We had a great year this year.
All right, Boise State takes that down position. We're tied up. Riding time is not a factor. Round 3, team score. Boise State out in front, 12-7.
We want to see Derek ride really tough here. I mean, there's opportunity to just ride this out. Again, I've said this, not to stall, but to ride somebody tough. I mean, if you can impose your will and keep somebody down, tie them up, leg ride them, and make it tough on them,
if you're a solid wrestler in college, there's one.
Escape there.
If you're a solid wrestler in college, you can ride for a minute, get that extra point. But that didn't play out that way. So here we are back on our feet. Now we're down 1.
Takedown is a must. Takedowns win matches. That's what I always tell. You know, and Derek's going to get in here. We're going to see him start pushing and pulling. You see that Dixon's got an interesting type of double hands on the back of the neck. Really pull on that. Derek's going to want to move and not allow that. He wants to change his tie up.
Now the conditioning, now the fatigue starts to be a problem because I can't move him like I could in the first round.
No, not at all. It's there's that give and take. You've tired your other guy out, but you're also tired.
1 minute left in the third round. Let's go, Utah fans.
Well, the crowd's getting cheered up by Josh Wilson down there on the microphone, trying to get some energy in the room. Derek needs to make something happen. 45 seconds remaining.
45 seconds.
Riding factor, not a factor. Riding time, not a factor. Takedown's going to win this thing with 35 seconds remaining.
You're going to want to see him get real crisp with his pulls. So far with his third, a little far
nice
away.
Shot.
Shot's decent, just when you got that distance to cover, it's difficult to get to.
Boise State's backing up. He's pretty much pretending. 22 seconds. Boise State's just staying square, not letting anything come in.
Come on, Derek.
Derek's got to push himself.
There you go.
13 seconds. Keep pushing him. Keep pushing him.
He just called fleeing the mat. He
nice
just tied it
call.
up.
That's a beautiful call. That's a beautiful call. That's a beautiful call. 3-3. That's a beautiful call.
So those of you listening at home, you might be confused. When we're in a scramble situation, especially short time like this, To jump out of bounds is called
seconds.
fleeing the mat, and it's in the referee's discretion to award what's called fleeing the mat play.
Well, here's the thing that's interesting about that call. If I use the line to stop wrestling, which he clearly did, he didn't stay in and wrestle. He fleed the mat to get away.
Yes,
that was
he
a
did.
great call. That was a great call by that official because Boise State had shut down. He was staying square. He wasn't trying to initiate anything. He was just staying square and holding on to that 3-2 lead. And then we were pressing the action. We got in on that shot, and because we had an opportunity to score, Boise fled, and then that's what that call is for. Fleeing the mat, technical violation. That gets us the one. Not yet, out of bounds. Well, great action, boys. Come on, Derek, 26 seconds. 26 seconds. Derek's left it all out there, though. I got to give it to him. Come on, Derek, one more time. 21 seconds, tied up. We need a takedown.
It's a big match. This is a big win. We need this win.
We need this one. You almost had it. Got to dig down. Get tough here, Derek. There it is.
Nice job. Nice job, Derek Thomas.
There it is. Wow. Whoa.
Nice job.
That was big. That was just slick presence, shift the hips. That was great.
Now watch this
Here it is.
replay. He's in Boise Dixon tries for a step-through trip. Derek just throws it off and he ends up just coming up over the top. That was a great job. And great job being aware of where he was at on the mat.
And he was tired. That was fantastic. 12-10. That puts it close. We're in a game here. We got 4 to go. Is this our heavyweight?
This is a heavyweight match. Now, this is Richard Larsen. This is Richard Larsen of UVU. He's a freshman. He's just fresh out of high school. He's going up against a ranked wrestler, number 9, TJ Felix of Boise State.
And this is the match that of course, Larsen, he's excited for the match. I talked to Coach Williams. He says, well, I thought maybe we ought to just blanket, let him have the forfeit, let him have the default. But Larsen, to his credit, says, no, Coach, I want to go out there. I'll battle this guy. I'm not afraid of this guy.
That's what I love. And if you even see, he's in it. This is a ranked wrestler, so technically very good against a young, perhaps inexperienced, but he's in it. And then heart goes a long way in this sport.
And we're okay with that, because if he can keep this thing close, even win it. There goes, try a little throw. That didn't go anywhere for him. But he's doing a good job of battling it. That's a good job, Larsen.
It's a quick 2-point near fall just from that tilt.
Yeah, you're watching just a lot of experience.
TJ Felix again, and on this wrist ride, he's going to take this shoulder out. He pulls it out, flatten Richard Larsen out. Try and dig in for that bar arm series. Gets the bar arm here. We're going to look for Richard to fish his hand forward, get his, hopefully get his arm out from this bar arm position.
That's a tough place to get out of, especially with a guy like Felix. Turns him over, puts him on. No, good job, Larsen. Way to battle out of there, buddy.
See him battle here. Oh, goes to his back. Referee's counting near fall here. Look for him to fight. When you get big guys like this, you start weighing that weight down. It's tough to get off.
Well, it was 6 if we handed it to him. We made him earn it in 1 minute and 5 seconds.
There we go. And I actually, when it comes down to your matchups, I prefer to see that actually. Let a younger, inexperienced wrestler come out and make them earn that. Instead of giving them those 6, make them earn it if that's what it's going to be.
Well, we got 3 matches remaining. They pick up 6. That puts Boise State up at 18, Utah Valley 10. But we got one of our features matches here. We got Rauser versus Haddadin out of Brighton High School. Rauser out of Townsend, Montana. And this should be a good one. Both good, agile, active wrestlers.
I'm telling you, I love to see Jade wrestle. He wrestles with intensity. He's technically extremely sound. Just fantastic. And young still. He's a sophomore. He's got, years ahead of him to prove himself. National qualifier last year, looking to be ranked and make it to nationals and be an All-American this year.
He and his brother were huge in the high school ranks, and we're excited to see how it happens here. Rauser, I think, is motivated. He sees that score, wants to go out there and get one for us. Nice shot, Jade.
Great shot.
2-0.
And you see Jade, you see how he covers the hips of Haddadin. That makes it really hard. When you're the guy on top and you lay your weight down, you're not only carrying your own weight if you're on the bottom, but you're also carrying the weight of the guy on top, and it makes life real difficult. So great job of Jade covering those hips and working for a wrist ride right here to pull through. Misses that, but he's keeping weight on, looking for the next move.
Well, not only am I a Utah Valley fan, but I sat in the corner as a coach and watched Rami take a state championship away from one of my wrestlers. So
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I'm a Rauser fan today. He's looking in good shape here, looking for that turn.
Nice job with a cross face.
Yep, keeping Rami down, keeping Boise State flat, keeping him out, not letting him build that base. Boise State's got to bring that base up.
When you watch wrestling, look whose head's down.
Yeah.
Look whose head's down. Oh, nice snatch up there
nice
to a bar arm.
Let's
see if he can sink that in, and he loses that. He gets his.
Once again, kudos to our crew. Nice job, guys. Way to stay up. The interesting stuff is up by the head, the arms, the hands, the things that are taking place there as they prepare to make those turns, and you're giving us a good shot of that.
Again, nice. Rami comes up. Jade brings him right back down.
And Jade trying to work in there to some kind of a pin in combination, whether it's a arm bar or a
He's got this bar arm. Here he goes. He's going for this bar arm series again.
Yep,
reaching for that far arm.
Can't get it. Can't quite get it. 30 seconds
There he
remaining.
goes. Now he secures that bar arm. Let's see what he can do here with the 30 seconds left. He's running around.
This is good.
Now we
this
got
is
something.
good. Now we're counting. Now we're counting. 20 seconds.
This is a tough position to get out of. Jade's going to do a good job here. He's going to sink
it up. 12
Down.
seconds.
Oh, he let him off.
He's not done yet. Still got the hold. Points are not awarded yet.
There he goes. Gives him the 3 with 2 seconds left.
And that's round 1. We're up 5-0. We look like we're firmly in control of the match. Jade Rauser doing a good job. Choice going to, and we're staying neutral. Boise State wants to stay on our feet. And so here we go. We're starting round 2. Utah Valley up 6-0 at 125 pounds with this match and 2 more to follow. Night's going fast.
Well, it is. And Jade's one of the wrestlers that I always feel confident that just his will to win and his style of wrestling is one that's always really progressive and always pushing the action. So, we're up 6-0. We want those bonus points. We want to make up the deficit that we got. And Jade has got an opportunity. Obviously, we know we can turn him. We want to look for Jade to really take it to him, take him down. Nice shot to a double leg. Jade. Gets the hips, keeps him split. Nice takedown.
I think in Jade's mind is to get him off his feet, which he just did. Now he's going to get back in that situation. We're going to turn him again.
He's doing a great job.
This fall.
On the edge of the mat, good awareness. Sometimes, as I wrestled it.
All right, here we come back with that shot. Good double leg. Watch the level change, the step.
Clears that, nice step through. Attacks the hips and comes on through. Up to their feet. Jade lifts and brings
nice
him down.
Nice put back by Jade.
That was actually really good.
That was made
heavy.
A statement. Yeah.
Heavy, I like
heavy.
that.
It was like, okay, dude, we're going here.
Heavy, again, he's heavy here on these wrist rides. Going to pull through. Look for those that bar arm series he's done a great job with already this match.
Well, and here's where Kyler Sanderson comes in the room. Starts looking at a talent like Jade Rauser and says, okay, let me show you some things about the bars.
Yeah.
Let me show you some things about how to put people down. Confident, nice takedown. Jade lets him go.
25 seconds left.
He'll score one more, or try to. Like to get one more before we go into round 3.
I'd like to see him put him on his back and pin him. That's personally what I'd like to see, right?
Well, 6 is better than 4.
I always say that.
That was when I went to school.
Jade's doing a good job of moving. When a guy really wants to be heavy on your head, you take that elbow and you pass that off, and that's what scored both of his takedowns here. An elbow pass to a deep double leg, just that timing always goes right, and Jade's fantastic
Well,
at it.
Jade, we have choice. Jade's going to take that down position. He's leading it 8-1, going into round 3. Score 18 Boise, 10 Utah Valley. So right now, Jade's out in control. Needs to keep this happening. Rami trying to repay the heavy to the mat favor. That didn't kind of go quite the same, but here we come up. Jade's going to work up. Now the battle is in the hands. And back to the mat again, Rami. Good job on Rami's part. Boise State's doing a good job bringing him back to the mat. And up comes Jade one more time.
Rami with a leg in there. Looking to score some points to close the gap on this match.
Well, Rami was a tough high school wrestler, so take nothing away from him. He's doing a good job, and he's capable of big things.
What Jade's going to want to do is with his,
yeah, we go stalemate.
With his hip.
Oh, illegal.
Illegal move. He figured forward the leg. In wrestling, that's considered an illegal move because you can really hyperextend and injure a knee. So illegal move to a restart.
Another good call. This is a great official.
This official, you know, he's done a few Utah Valley University matches. I'm highly impressed with him.
I watched him last year at Nationals. He did a nice job there. Now let's get going, Jade. You got a minute left. Let's get at it. Now we're back. Return 3 times. Let's get that escape. Come on.
Well, sometimes being aware too. You gotta be aware. You want to stand up and immediately get your hips lower than your opponents. That makes it very hard for him to lift you and return you to the mat like he did.
I'm wondering if Jade's hitting a little bit of a wall there. Maybe can't continue to keep that level he was at earlier in the match. 35 seconds.
Got him in this bar arm series. And Jade's just keeping his hip down. He doesn't want to give up any points here. 17 seconds left.
That's that great freestyle and Greco experience. Just bellies that far, that close, hip down, 7 seconds.
You know, Rami's done a good job of riding this round. I got to give it to him. Tough on top.
Rami did a nice job. There's time. Riding time goes to us. 10-1. That's a major. That gets it to 14-18 with 2 remaining. Nice job here at Utah Valley. Come back. We got more action, and it's getting hot right here.
They say the devil is in the details. And in here, there are a lot of details. Flavor, color, texture, temperature, presentation. It all has to be flawless. Pressure? Maybe. But with engaged learning, I get a lot of practice. And I'll bet your homework never tasted this good.
Come join the student section and cheer for the Mighty Wolverines. Mighty Athletic Wolverine League sports passes are now available. Your mall pass gets you tickets to every NCAA home game, free food at the tailgate parties, prizes at the games, and lots of new friends. Get more information on their Facebook page or by calling Campus Connection at 801-863-8797. Go UVU!
I'm Patty Garcia, a geology student at UVU, and this is Engaged Learning. At UVU, I'm learning by doing.
I had an idea. Lots of people have ideas. But engaged learning helped me develop my idea and make it real. And now with sales over $1 million, best assignment ever.
Wrestling fans, if you're enjoying what you're seeing here tonight, you have got to be on campus. March 8th, when Utah Valley hosts the Western Regional Wrestling Championships. Air Force, Wyoming, Utah Valley, North Dakota State, South Dakota State, Northern Colorado, all right here. Action starts at noon, finals at 6 o'clock, and if you haven't been in the event center and seen that new Jumbotron, it is a great place to watch the sport, and it's going to be as good as it gets. If you don't get a chance to go to the Nationals, you want to see Division I. That's the way it looks. Definitely. Come and see this qualifier.
Nice trip through, step through by Chasen Tolbert. I didn't even set this up yet. Chasen Tolbert from Utah Valley at 133 pounds, a sophomore. He's up against Ben DeMuelle, and he's in a nice cradle position here. Look for him to take it back. This is awesome for UVU.
He's taking it back.
This is great. If Chasen can put the knee, bottom knee in the side, he's going to want to put the bottom knee in the side and push him away.
It'll settle. He'll settle it. He's in great position. He's got it locked good. He'll settle it. Plenty of time. 2 minutes and 12 seconds.
This was fire right off the bat.
Yes!
And a fall for Utah Valley and Chasen Tolbert. An amazing come out. What a great job. That puts us ahead of. Here goes this takedown to
this is called I'm showing up and I'm making it work.
Step through trip, doesn't get it, but then immediately chain wrestles to an outside shot to a double leg and immediately scores it. That was an amazing chain of events. And we talk about wrestling, it's chain wrestling. It's understanding that if I do one thing to my opponent, the reaction is going to be this, and that's where my next move comes from.
All right, final match of the night. Our senior, Avery Gardner, in on a shot.
Double leg.
Lifting it, Avery. Put it down. Put it down. Change to the single.
Avery Gardner, Utah native, Idaho native, coming down up against Brian Owen, a redshirt senior. Avery's in his...
One more time, Avery. Settle there. Don't let it go. Don't let it go. Two
takedown for Avery Gardner.
2 Utah. That was some fireworks. Yes, sir.
This is an amazing matchup.
In it now. Utah Valley ahead, 20-18. Final match of the night.
Well, and this is one of our key matchups that we had talked about earlier in the broadcast. Avery's a 5th-year senior. Brian Owen, due to injuries and the way his eligibility clock worked, he's a 6th-year senior. Doesn't always happen in NCAA sports where you're able to capture those years.
Get an extra year to heal from the injury and work that side of it. Now with legs in, up on our feet. Division I, they'll let them go a little longer than they will in high school. That's settling into both feet on the mat, 3-on-1, and Boise State gets away. So it's 2-1. We got a minute 54 remaining.
Avery came out with some fire, and again, I got to give my hats off to Chasen, just hyping this crowd, hyping the team, and when you got a workout partner that goes out and performs well, like a nice double leg.
Nice shot.
What a great shot by Avery.
Beautiful shot.
That's a great example of a pull. He comes close, and I close that gap, and he gets a nice double leg takedown.
Excellent technique. Good job. Good, tough wrestling.
Avery's up 4-1, accumulating that riding time that's at 52 seconds right now.
And again, Avery out of that Centennial High School. Colin Robertson, his high school coach. And of course, Colin was a BYU wrestler and a Pleasant Grove native. So the roots of wrestling run deep in the Utah community.
They really do. And you look across the nation, some top wrestlers are coming out of Utah.
Oh yeah, Penn State. Of course, their coaches are both Utah products, and Matt Brown's having a great year at Penn State.
A fantastic year. One of the things I point out too is Utah Valley's ability to recruit. The last 3 seasons, UVU has been among the top in the country with their recruiting class that they're able to pull. 2 years ago had a number 12 recruiting class. That takes into account all NCAA programs.
Well, and the Midwest. I mean, wrestling big is in Iowa, and the Penn States, and the Oklahoma States, and all that. So the Western wrestling is getting better and getting able to compete with those guys, and that's what a good competition like this with Utah Valley versus Boise State. We trade every year, one go up there, one come back down here. And it's fun to have a team that comes in and battles with you, and it's meaningful when you can get it together. So right now, Utah Valley holding on to a 2-point lead. Avery needs to put this one away, and we'll call this good. It's 7 seconds remaining, round number 1. Avery's got 2 minutes of riding time, and we'll go to round 2. But Avery's in control, looking good at this point.
Nice job at riding for him. Watch this replay to this takedown. He clears that elbow and steps right in. As you saw, his lead foot stepped almost all the way in between, all the way in between Owen's legs for a nice double leg.
And then landed right into a Turk, which put the pressure on and put the Boise State guy on his back. That was excellent. That's perfect. Excellent wrestling. There's a caution. There's a caution for Boise State. Little false start, no big deal. Official sets him, and we wrestle. Round 2. Utah Valley leading this bout 4-1 right now.
Want to look for him
Avery
to break
looking
that
to get
grip.
away.
There you go.
Avery in the down position, looking to get away, get that escape or reversal.
Double leg in makes real heavy on your lower back and can make life pretty hit. We'll just say difficult, right?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna. It's hard for him to score there, especially with the legs where they're at. Stalemate. Stalemate there. Avery will get a new shot, new chance, new start.
This is a must-win for Utah Valley in order to win the duel. Again, as well as for Boise, the only way they're going to win is by winning this duel. They're down by 2, and a 2-point victory would keeps it close enough that even the decision, which is a 3-point score for either team, that's going to be the winner. So it's always.
Well, Boise State's tough. Avery's got to be smart. And it can't, it's not a given. That's the thing about wrestling. It's never over till it's over.
Move. There he goes. See, he chain wrestled. It was a scramble position. But that was a good job by Owen to, again, recapture the hips, lift him, and drive him out.
Yeah, Avery's not done. Avery's had a good start. 53 seconds remaining in round 2. Got to keep wrestling. Do not quit wrestling, Avery Garner. Boise State trying to work into that high half. Avery trying to keep his head up, even though the pressure's on to push it down. Boise State coming around with the head and arm, locking around the head and arm. Avery's working inside, trying to get his hips up, making a move that way, doing a lift. Just battling, burning time, 24 seconds, stalemate there.
A stall warning, actually.
Stall warning on Boise.
When I'm on top, again, it's my responsibility to work for a fall. And if he's riding parallel or just covering the hips and not really going for any wrist rides.
And you notice, if you play it back, you notice Avery came up twice, 1 time, 2 times. He's coming up. And so he was forcing the action from underneath. 24 seconds remaining in round 2. He was forcing the action. And Boise got the stall warning. That's a second caution. Next caution will be a point.
Greg Williams had some words with the referee.
I don't know what he's looking for. That's good knee slide coming up, building up. 16 seconds. Come on, Avery. Good fight here. Good, trying to keep his hips under, back straight. 2 seconds, and there we go. That's the end of round 2. Well, it comes down to 2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining.
Does. And well, what we got is, Avery had got ridden that entire second period, and so we know where Owen's strength is. He's decent at riding on the top, covering the hips, staying active. That means Avery's got to either turn it on top here or let him go and turn some on on the feet.
I think Avery thinks he can make a turn. He's trying to do it from this point. And he comes up and he lets him go. All right, 4-2. 4-2. Now this is where you don't get lazy. Can't get lazy.
Avery
here.
doesn't have a problem with that. I actually, I was still around when Avery was wrestling, and one of the things that always impressed me about him was
go get
his
a
work
takedown.
ethic.
That way.
Right
Go
there.
get it. Go get it. Go get it.
Single leg shot. He's going to extend this now. Going to reach his arms up through.
He's in good shape. Boise's in trouble. Boise's in trouble. Avery's going to come out of this okay. Come on out the back. Keep coming. 1 minute remaining. Keep coming. Keep improving, Avery. There we go.
Keep that bottom leg for a
Got a set 2 takedown.
Nice job, takedown.
Excellent. 1 minute left. Excellent. Got to press the action. You can't sit back on your heels. You sit back on your heels and you get caught up too. So now he's driving it. Now he's going to work it.
Again, we want to see Avery keep him, return him to the mat, get
right
his
now,
hips
Avery,
lower,
pick him up,
get him
put
lower.
him down.
He decides to.
All right, 6-3, 40 seconds remaining. Now Avery, one more shot, buddy. Don't sit back. Don't sit back. One more shot. Dig down. Do not get passive. Do not get passive. 25 seconds. Front headlock. 20 seconds.
Short time here. Front headlock position. Avery's sitting
There's
here.
a stalemate. 15 seconds.
Both guys giving it their all.
15 seconds remaining. Avery's got the lead. He's trying to hold on here.
You want to see Avery circle here. The ref's going to give him a stall call. When
7
the opposing
seconds.
wrestlers just keep pushing that action, Avery's going to want to circle here. Just to keep his level low, grab
Keep
a
his hips
hand
down.
fight here.
Keep his hips low.
Stay
Don't
very
give
low.
up a shot. Don't
Nice
give up a
fake
shot.
He backed up though. We'll see him circle here.
That's all right. Front headlock.
2
That
seconds.
did it. That does it. That's
Nice
a win.
job. Utah Valley University.
Utah Valley defeats Boise State 23-18. There it is, Division I. We'll be back. Don't go away. We're going to have a visit with head coach Greg Williams in just a moment.
I don't think of myself as just an undergrad. Okay, so I'm a sophomore, but I'm at UVU where it's all about engaged learning. Leading a project on DNA research, I don't have to wait for grad school to get this kind of experience. As a UVU student, I guess you could say engaged learning is in my DNA.
Bus pass, $5. UVU t-shirt so you can impress the ladies, $25. iPod Nano, $120. A degree from UVU so you can afford your own car someday. Priceless. For everything else, there's student loans.
Wow, what a night. We start off, we go down 3 matches, we get down 18 zip, we're in trouble, and then we keep coming back. Chasen Tolbert comes out, puts a big move on, gets a 6-point fall. Then Avery Gardner puts a cap on it, wins a nice decision. We beat Boise State, final score 23-18. huge night, great wrestling, great energy in the arena, great job by the guys. Places for improvement. Coach Williams is going to be with us in a second, but what comes to mind with you, Sam?
I'll tell you what, one of the things that I thought UVU did a fantastic job of was in key matches. Again, we talked about close matches at the beginning and saying that we got to win those, we got to stay in them, and we had 2 overtime victories. Avery came out and ended up finishing up. We had a close match. It was 18-20. It was a must-win for both Boise State and UVU. Avery came out with a fantastic performance against a very seasoned wrestler, Owens from Boise State, and we came away with a victory. It was awesome.
I love the way Jade Rauser wrestled. I love the way Avery wrestled. I love the way Ethan wrestled. Ethan Smith
coming away with a victory over a ranked opponent. That was fantastic.
He showed me the kind of wrestler that he always has had the potential to be. We got Coach Greg Williams going to sit down with us. Coach, get in the middle here. We're going to get Coach to give us a minute, but that was fun. And if you're a Utah Valley fan or a Boise State fan, it doesn't get much better than that. Quick highlights. What's coming to mind at this point? That was fun, Coach.
Yeah, it's always great to win at home. It's great to win against Boise. We consider them our rivals. When we lost those 2 matches at 57-65, I thought it kind of slipped away from us. Those are both matches we expected to win.
Yeah.
And Chase just got caught, and Abner's battle, and he's doing. I'm so proud of him. What people don't know is he's got a really, really bad back, and so he's doing what he can. He gives us everything he's got, but it's hard for him to give Packard credit. I mean, he put the pressure on him, and at the end, and saw that opening and took it. But we have a lot of respect for Boise, so it's a big win for our program.
I thought Ethan Smith showed us what he's capable of doing.
All of our guys, you know me pretty well, so I'm kind of nitpicky about our technique and what we're doing. He's got so much potential still, so much unrealized potential, but when he's aggressive, he has good results, and we're still got some things we want him to do. Derek Thomas, really proud of him. I mean, he earned that win.
Yeah.
I mean, that was awesome. But we have a lot of work to do still on just some little things, not a lot of things, just a few things as a team, through our lineup. But I love the guys. They're hard workers, and you can tell that in some of these matches that they want to win.
How's Adam? Concussion, right? Was that?
We'll see. It's right now he's not cleared, so I don't know if we'll have him next week. Okay. I don't know if we'll have him the following week, but we'll see.
Now we're home next week for 2 nights.
Yeah, 2 great matches. South Dakota State is much improved. They've already beaten Wyoming, and they've beaten Air Force, and they're solid. So it's going to be a great match, and then North Dakota State's the highest-ranked team in our conference right now. So those are great back-to-back on Thursday, Friday next week.
So we've got those 2, and then we get ready for the Western Regional.
Well, we travel the following week and hit the 3 schools, Northern Colorado, Air Force, and Wyoming, and then 3 weeks, and then we host conference.
What does it mean to host the regional?
Well, I think anytime you can have it at home, it's great for your team because you can have your crowd there, and it's a great honor to host any kind of an NC2A qualifying event. This year is going to be super exciting to have it here because I think it's really up in the air. It's whoever has the best day. There's some the teams are a lot more balanced this year.
I think the Western Conference is solid. I think there's good wrestling all over. And as I watch, Pac-12 and some of these other teams, there's a lot of guys in that conference that have beat some really quality people out there. So
definitely, yeah. We feel like we have a really good team, and we're looking at it as like the matchups are always a big deal in the dual meets, but the conference keeps getting better every year.
How do you feel about where you are right now? You're never happy.
I'd like to be healthy. I'd like to have all 10 of our guys out there and healthy. It just hasn't happened this year, and you know what? That's part of the sport. And so you go out and you put your 10 best guys out there if you have 10.
Coach, you're always a class act. Great job, great crowd, a lot of fun. Sam, your closing moment.
Well, no, I just had to ask you, Coach. We talked about some guys coming out with intensity and others, coming out. I thought there were some shape issues, and we're wrapping up here. But what are your thoughts on just coming into the Western Regional this year? And we got a couple more matches, next week. And you think we'll get the guys all healthy?
That's the plan. There's nothing telling us right now that we can't have them healthy at our conference meet. So,
all right. Well,
Coach,
we look forward to it.
We're proud of what you're doing. We're grateful. Thanks a lot. It was fun. Thanks. Thank you very much. Now, if you want to talk about a big-time wrestler, a big-time
Jade Rauser.
wrestler.
I got to ask you, Jade, where does the intensity come from? Because every time I watch UVU, one of the highlights for my night is I get to watch Jade Rauser wrestle because I call you Tasmanian Devil. Where does it come from?
You know what? I just kind of look at the crowd. I see how many people are in there, and they kind of cheer me up. You know, they boost my confidence. That drum line, it makes me go crazy.
The beat of the drum.
Yeah.
What did you think about the team overall? What was your intensity? What did you think about how we performed? I mean, obviously, anytime you can beat Boise State, that's big.
Yeah.
How'd you feel?
Coming into this, I seen that they lost to Arizona State. Close match, just like we did. You know, I knew it was going to be a close duel. But those first couple matches, when we were losing like that, I kind of was like, oh, man. But once we started picking it up, I knew we were going to win it. Yeah. You know, our little guys right now are just going at it. If we would have had Adam, we would have had a better turnout than what we did, I think. But overall, we did good. We just have some things to work on still.
Excited.
You know, for fans, you can't go wrong, because if it comes down to the last match, I mean, we're excited for that an opponent like that, and it goes down to one match.
Yeah, it was good. It was fun. This was a fun duel.
Well, it was, and we're so proud of you. Grateful that you decided to come this way out of the wilds of Montana. We're done. That's it. Thanks so much for being with us, Utah Valley, Jade Rauser, Sam Allen. See you next time. See you at the conference.
Yes.
March 8th on the campus, Utah Valley University.
People talk about life after college, you know, entering the real world. But this is engaged learning. I'm not just reading about it or watching someone else do it. I'm learning by doing. I'm at UVU. I'm in the real world every day. Bus pass, $5. UVU t-shirt so you can impress the ladies, $25. iPod Nano, $120. A degree from UVU so you can afford your own car someday. Priceless. For everything else, there's student loans.
I'm Joe Luce, an anthropology student at UVU, and this is my classroom. At UVU, I'm sharpening my mind and my skills.